The announcement came this afternoon that school in Newton will be closed again tomorrow while it continues to investigate a security breach. Good evening, I'm Deb Veras.
And I'm David Scott. The district says network administrators noticed the breach before the start of school yesterday morning. The affected systems were shut down and staff secured the network. Newton School says it expects classes will resume on Friday, at least for now, and all scheduled extracurricular activities and games will go on as planned. KAKE's Stephanie Minichi, meanwhile, looks at what may have caused this.
Network security incidents happen more often than they should. A little over a year ago, a Hayes school experienced a threat to their system. Assistant Superintendent Chris Hipp says they had to go back to an early 90s way of teaching.
So we had to rely a lot more on pen and paper kinds of things for a little while. We're a one-to-one district, so impacted how we delivered curriculum.
He says luckily their business software is hosted so things like payroll weren't affected. The CEO of Soteria Technology Solutions says when security network issues happen, like the one in Newton, time is needed to examine what specific data was compromised and how it happened. Bill Ramsey says a good disaster recovery plan is what companies need to get them back up and running quickly. He recommends immutable backups.
These are backups that once they've been made, they can't be changed. One of the attack vectors that threat actors are using is once they gain access to a system, they'll find where the backups are and then they'll encrypt the backups so you can't restore.
Prime Concepts provides strategies to other companies on network security protection. Fort Saeks says the hacker may not always be a stranger.
It happens typically through a vulnerability, either an internal employee or someone has given access or they hacked access. So the first thing they're trying to do is get access to whatever the technology of the system is.
Saeks says phishing is a popular way of how companies get breached. He says the perpetrator will email, text, or call and appear to be a part of the company to get information. Saeks says this happened within his own organization with an employee.
What do you mean where's your paycheck? He says, I didn't get paid. I go to the controller and the controller says, oh, he changed his payroll last week. The guy says, I didn't change my payroll last week. So there went $2,500.
Ramsey says the first thing that comes to mind with the Newton issue is ransomware. He says it could be threat actors using PCs that are infected and the attacks start at the same time. Stephanie Minichi, KAKE News on your side.